Right, ladies and gentlemen of America, please welcome to the TheScottReaProject.
Hello there my friends, welcome back to the TheScottReaProject, and it's that time of year again when our thoughts and attentions turn to the poultry. We got Thanksgiving coming and Christmas. So today on the TheScottReaProject we are going to be doing something super special. Let me show you what I've got. A turkey. Show me a duck. And a little chuck. That can mean one thing. Turducken, baby. Today I am going to show you how to make that poultry packed behemoth, the Turducken. So we're going to get the camera down on the block and I'll show you how we are going to make this beautiful thing. It's a work of art. It's culinary engineering. Trust me, I'm almost professional. Right then, to start this Turducken, we are going to start with our duck and our chicken. Now these two have got to be completely boned, but it doesn't matter if you make a few mistakes on these. Go through the skin, or when you're boning it out, make a few mistakes, because these are going completely inside the turkey. And it's always good if you haven't boned out any poultry for a while, do your chicken and your duck just to refresh your memory. Well, the Turducken, fantastic, massive Frankenbird, originated in Louisiana by a guy named Junior Herbert, claims to have invented it. Him and his brother Sammy at a butcher shop in Louisiana, a great part of the world. And the story goes, a farmer came into the shop with a freshly killed turkey, a duck and a chicken, and he wanted them stuffed, and the Herberts obliged by smearing pork stuffing all over the duck before shoehorning it into the turkey, then working the floppy boneless chicken into that. Then it was filled with cornbread and sewed up. But we're going to do something a little bit more refined, but exactly along the same lines, and of course made famous by that great southern chef Paul Prudhomme. Right, here endeth the lesson, let's get on. So it's the exact technique for every bird, except when we get to the turkey we will leave the drumsticks on and the wings in, so when we put it all together it still looks like a turkey. It's like an optical illusion. It's magic, baby. So you will need a really sharp knife to achieve this poultry behemoth. And basically, we're going to go down the backbone. I am going to just take the wing tips off, make it easier for myself. And the drum tips. And then down the backbone, go down the other side, and just take your time. You know, it is easier than it looks. And what you'll do, you'll come to where the legs are. You can see there, you can see the ball joint, snap them out, and the same with the other side. Bend it in, and you've exposed the ball joint, and then just detach the wings, just taking that bone there with it. But like, you know, I don't want to repeat myself, but have a go at it. Don't panic on the chicken and the duck, because it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just tracing the breastbone till we get to the wishbone there, and again over the ribs till we get to the breastbone, and you can see we pretty much loosen that off, and basically just ease it out, and that's the breastbone dealt with. We haven't torn the skin. So onto the thigh bone, and it does take a bit of time, but you know, think of the bigger picture at the end of it. You're going to have a fantastic centerpiece for your Christmas or Thanksgiving table. Simple then, just trace the thigh bone, and nip through. The wingtips I'm just going to cut off. Make some stock or treat my dog, and then with these drumsticks, simple as, just either side till you expose the bone, as you can see there. Through the top, and just gently with your knife take out the bone, and the same with the other side. And that pretty much is your chicken complete. So just loosen it off, scrape down the bone, pull it. There we have one boneless chicken. How easy was that? Right, I can go over there. Time for the duck. Right then, onto the duck, same principle, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove these legs. There is not a lot of meat on the legs worth dealing with. You can roast them up separate for a little snack, or again into a stock pot. So just nip it through, just trim a little bit of that excess fat. Now some people, they don't put the whole duck in, they just use the breasts, but I'm going for the whole thing. Again, same principle, down its backbone till we get to the legs, and again searching for where the leg connects into that ball joint. So just with the tip of your knife, you can see I've just exposed that ball joint there. It's hard getting the angle for you guys, but hey ho. Anyway, how do you make a duck sing? You put him in the oven till its bill withers. Yeah, I know, don't have to say anything. So there again, to that ball joint, as you can see in there, and then just gently, again we're going over that rib cage, and the beautiful colour of this fantastic rich meat. I love duck, especially wild duck. Just gently round, that's the legs free. Coming to the breasts, over that rib cage. I mean, if you don't want to go through the hassle of boning your duck, by all means just take the breasts off and they'll fit nicely in your turducken, not a problem at all. There's one side then, loosening off the other side. I know this looks easy, but it really is. It really is. Just be confident. Got a bit of damage there. Trust me, you can do this. An amazing centerpiece for Christmas or Thanksgiving. I'm just going to take the excess fat off the back. Just take that breastbone right down to where it's just hanging on by the skin. You can see there. Should be able to just pull and loosen it off. Gently nick along, and there is the carcass of the duck. So we're just going to tidy up. It had a bit of damage there, a bit of a shattered bone. So we'll just trim that bit up. And the same principle with the chicken. Again, it's thigh bone. Just loosen it off. Move the meat to how you want to move, and the knife, don't move around it. Always move the meat, be in control. There's one thigh bone, and again we will go either side of the drumstick. Get our knife under there and just gently roosh it down till the leg is completely boneless. Right, one more time then. So we did our duck, we did our chicken, now for the star of the show, the turkey. Same principle, but on a bigger scale. So we just go down the backbone, just taking your time. And the beauty of this, you can actually see a little bit clearer where everything is. Just taking in that oyster muscle, gently coming over the front till we get to there. As you can see, my knife has gone in to the ball joint of the leg, so it's a lot bigger, as you can imagine, than on a chicken or a duck. So then we're just going to go through the wing joint, the ball joint, and then it's a case of just gently with your knife tracing down the bone, always using, if you can see, just the tip. Manoeuvring over the rib cage. Look at that, I've got the giblets. Hey ho. Picking up the carcass there, and then just that flap of skin there, because we want as much of this when we sew it up. So just gently easing it over, taking that bone you've got to catch there, that one bone, because you can get your knife down there, but once you're past it, you're away. And then again, we get to that, I can show you, in there, into that ball joint. Just manoeuvre your knife around it. Just like that. And then again, that other joint of the wing. And before you know it, we have boneless turkey. Now here's the important part. Because we are wanting to keep that skin intact, we are just gently with our knife going to the end, almost so it's just hanging on the breastbone. I'm going to go through there. So we're free there, we're free round the front, and you can just gently, you can feel the bone there. Taking your time, you almost want to just give it a start. But we want that skin intact. I mean, there is ways, if you do tear it, don't panic. You could put a piece of bacon in its place or a bit of skin. So, you know, don't panic. It's no big deal. We should just loosen it off. Can we pull that now? Yeah. And there is our carcass. A lot of bone when you weigh it up. Get that in your stock for your gravy. Perfect. So we're leaving the wings on. If you can see, I haven't gone through the breast. Perfect. All we are going to do then is just take the thigh bone. You can feel for it with your hand, because we want to leave the drumsticks on for when we stuff it and we sew it back up. It looks like a turkey, baby. So just take your time, get your knife up, just gently scrape it down till you reach the joint. There you have it, one thigh bone, and repeat for the other side. And that now is the start of our fantastic turducken. So I'm just going to strip those breast fillets back, and we'll get our stuffing. Right, so we got our turkle boned. I'm just going to make up my stuffing. We're just going to do a sage and onion stuffing. So I've got 2 decent packs of sausage meat. Obviously, if you make your own, use your own. Here I've finely diced 2 onions and sweated them down in a bit of oil. Let them cool. I'm going to get them in, and then we're just going to put a handful of breadcrumbs to start. Just get it mixing. Now you can buy your stuffing if you want to, make it, put anything in you want. I was going to put cranberries in these, but to be honest with you, I forgot to buy them. So would definitely be cranberry in this stuffing. I'm going to add a bit more breadcrumbs. Actually, I'm going to add it all. I'm just going to add a bit more dried sage, and as you can see the giblets there, you could actually chop the liver up and get that in, you know, really experiment. Chestnuts, whatever, if you want a bit of spices in there or some citrus, get it in there. Right, that's our stuffing done. Now it's time to build it. We have got our turkey. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a line of stuffing down where the breastplate was, and then just spread it underneath where those breast fillets were. A little ball in the thigh cavity, and to the side. Beautiful. A wild turkey walks into a bar. The barman says to him, "What are you supposed to be?" He said, "I'm a wild turkey." He says, "Ah, cool, we got a drink named after you." He said, "What, Kevin?" "Yeah, okay." With my duck then, as you can see there, I'm just going to trim any of the excess skin off just to cut down on the fat. So we will get that in here, position it nicely, and again repeat with the stuffing. So just a bit where the breast was, and the thinking is when you cut into this, it will be layered, it will have stuffing, and finally the good old chuck on top. God, my God, this is a monster. Now it's time for the fun part. We have got to get all this together. So we're just going to bring up the sides, give it a bit of a fettle. I shall put in a couple of strings to hold that with my trussing needle quite deep into the skin, like you see there, about 1 inch, because we don't want no tears, but this is just a few to hold it so we can work on it. Just some holding knots. If you can't do this on your own, get your friend to help, just hold it together. Okay, look at that, sewn up like a kipper. We're going to turn it over. Look at that beautiful thing. What we're going to do then, we're going to tuck all that in. We are going to sew up the front. Right, I should just put a few sutures into the front, I think is the word. Wow, she is looking absolutely stunning. Right, just need to truss those legs up a bit. Then we're going to cut the strings round. See what we can do here. If I go like that. 1, 2. And then we'll pull it just gently under the wing. 1, 2. And I think that is pretty much a turducken, isn't it? Hey? What a fantastic looking thing that is. But I'm just going to go a little bit further, and I'm just going to put a few little strings, not too tight, just to keep it all together when you're lifting it, just across the back. Keep them legs together. Nice couple of little knots, not too strong. Then put one in the middle and say safely that that is a triumph. There you have one turducken, and I am so chuffed with that. Just look at that, and that is solid meat. It's a work of art. Okay then, so you've made your turducken, and what to do with it. You could cook it yourself, or you can share it. And with this being the season of Thanksgiving and Christmas, I thought, why not share it? So I put a call out on Facebook offering this beautiful turducken to any worthy cause, be it a community centre, a church group, a veteran centre, a homeless shelter. Anybody was willing to phone up and would take this for a worthy cause, they could have it for nothing. And this lady here, hello, was the lucky recipient. Okay then, Laura, would you like to tell me where this beautiful thing's going?
I will. I work for Pershore Volunteer Centre. I'm their development manager, and
Cool.
we are doing an afternoon tea on Sunday the 6th of December for the elderly residents of the community who are socially isolated. And it's going to be amazing, cooked, cut up and in sandwiches to go with their afternoon tea.
What a cause. There you go then, Laura. I'm going to give you that, but I think I better get you a box.
Yeah.
You're very welcome.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Scott. We're so grateful.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's okay. It's okay. Compose yourself, Scott. I became quite attached to that turducken. We've spent some time together. But what a fantastic ending to a great episode. With this being the season of Thanksgiving and soon to be Christmas, what better way than to share that with a worthy cause? I mean, I could have cooked that for you guys, took a few slices off. There would have been a lot left over. So I thought, you know, let's give this away to a worthy cause, and Laura's taking it away, a registered charity, and it's going to feed 60 old folks who are socially isolated. So it's win-win, baby. So if you've enjoyed this episode of the Scott Reed Project, please subscribe by clicking down there somewhere, a red button. Also find me on social media, Facebook Scott Reed or the Scott Reed Project. Also on my Twitter at the Scott Reed Project. Please share this, like it and share it with your friends. You know, this is a great episode and a great ending. So until next time, I'm going to be alright. It's alright. I can't do no more.